What is up, guys? My name is Patrick Frost. I'm a Nike Master Trainer, and I'm coming at you from beautiful Portland, Oregon. And I put together a great workout that's gonna leave you feeling limber, strong, and sweaty. So we're gonna start with the warm-up. I want you, if you have a chance to have a mat at home for this, make sure it's out now. We're gonna be on our knees a little bit for this. So I want you to start in a beautiful child's pose. You're gonna connect your toes together, separate your knees, and walk those fingers forward. I want you to focus on your breath here. So as you inhale, think about expanding the back aspect of your rib cage. And then as you exhale, I want you to sink more between those heels. 2 more breaths. Feeling those ribs expand, exhale. Last one. And exhale. We're gonna thread this left arm underneath our body. That left shoulder is gonna be pushing against the floor. I want you to take your right hand and place it between the crease of your bicep and forearm. As you inhale, when you exhale, I want you to push against that crease and rotate your body to find the ceiling. Inhale, collapse over that left shoulder. Exhale, push against that crease. Make sure that your hips are not moving. You're feeling this rotation only in that mid-spine. Match your breath with the movement. After your third exhale, you're gonna switch sides. That left hand now is gonna come to the crease between that forearm and bicep. Inhale, exhale. Second breath. And our last breath. Inhale, exhale. As we come out of this child's pose, I want you to bring your shoulders over your wrist. I want you to keep your knees underneath your hip line. So we're gonna do just a few gentle cat-cows. You're gonna, again, match this with your inhale. As we inhale, we bring our shoulder blades back, arch back, eyes lift. As we exhale, I want you to push the floor away, tuck your tailbone, and drop your chin. 2 more. Exhale. So we're trying to find our end ranges in both of our extension and our flexion. Nice. From here, I want you to just gently sit back on your ankles. We're gonna now bring our right fingertips to face our body. Our left fingertips are gonna face away. Your palms are gonna be in line with each other. We've done this one before, so hopefully we're a bit more comfortable here. We're gonna sit back in our heels and gently stretch that right palm. We're really making sure that that right palm stays flat on the floor the whole time. Just rock back and forth about 5 times. This is 4. On our 5th one, as we rock up, we're gonna switch. Make sure that those shoulders are not by those ears. We wanna keep them down. And we're just using our own body weight to gently get these wrists ready for some of the workout that we're gonna do today. I hope you guys have been practicing some of those animal flows because we're definitely gonna be highlighting them today. Awesome. Now, from there, we're gonna transition ourselves into a frog position. This may be uncomfortable at first, so I just want you to listen to your own end ranges. We're gonna line your knees, hips, and knees together in the same space. Your ankles are gonna be directly behind your knees. You're gonna try to sit down on top of those elbows, and you're gonna rock back and forth. We're basically creating space here in this hip line. This is probably a new move for a lot of us, but it's a very important move, especially for those who have issues in, say, the depth of their squat. We should be getting comfortable here earlier on in our warm-ups before we start loading our body. So what I want you to do now is I want you to line your hips back to your knees, and I want you to gently push your knees as far apart as you can for 5 seconds. In 3, 2, push them apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've created new space. I want you to rock back and forth here. Nice. Now, we're gonna add some internal rotation here. As you rock forward, I want you to gently lift one ankle up, set it back as you rock back, and then switch, alternate. Let's do each leg 3 times total. And 1 more. To get out of this safe, we want to come up on top of those hands, bring our knees underneath our hips, and from here, we're just going to transition into a beautiful wrist stretch again. So we're now going to go to the back part of our hands. Fingertips are going to face each other. We're gonna lock those elbows and turn our pits of the elbows out as we make a fist out of those hands, trying to curl those knuckles off the floor. We're gonna hold this position for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna rock side to side. We'll do that 2 more times. So again, making that fist, pits of the armpits, or pits of the elbows rather, facing out away from us. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release, rocking side to side. And our last one, curl those knuckles off the floor, making sure that we don't have a lot of body weight here on these hands, just enough to make sure that those hands stay on the floor. And release. From here, we're gonna go back into our hips. So we're gonna step our left leg forward. We're gonna experience some extension here in this right hip flexor. So what I want you to do is tuck your tailbone under and squeeze your right butt cheek. Try to find some tension here. With your left leg, you're gonna pull yourself forward as you maintain that pelvic tuck, and imagine you got a belt buckle that you're drawing forward. I want you to hold this stretch for 4, 3, focusing on this right hip only. 2, 1, and untuck, unravel. We'll do that 2 more times. Tuck tailbone, find the glute, pull your left heel back to draw yourself forward. Hold that stretch position for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last set. Tuck that tailbone under, squeeze that butt cheek, draw yourself forward. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we come out of this, we're gonna simply switch sides. So right leg's gonna step forward. You're gonna tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your left butt cheek. Right heel is gonna draw you forward as your belt buckle is aimed forward. We're focusing on this stretch on this left hip in 3, 2, and 1. Now, the reason why we're tucking our tailbone under before we draw ourselves forward is I don't want you to feel any compensation in your lower back. So I really want you to focus on this slight stretch in the front aspect of that hip. 3-second holds. This is our last one. Draw ourselves forward. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna come up out of our position here. So we went from ground-based movements to half kneeling to standing. So we're gonna go into what I call a 3D reach. So we're gonna go offset position here. My left tippy toe is gonna be in line with my right heel, and I'm focusing on my right hip. So what I want you to imagine is that you got 3 points of contact you're trying to reach. There's one diagonally to your left, one right in front of you, and one diagonally to your right. As you draw your hips back to the perfect deadlift, you're going to reach with your hands to that diagonal left position. Come up and bring your hands back to midline. Reach your hands to that center. Good. And reach your hands to that far right. Nice. Making sure your knee stays tracking over your toe the whole time. So you should be, again, we're doing 3 times each direction. For our left diagonal, we go straight, and that right. Basically, we're getting our hip, all these like little structural stability muscles to wake up, to feel engaged before we start loading. Nice. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other leg. So tippy toe in line with the working leg's heel. We're gonna imagine those 3 points of contact again. We hinge, we reach. Nice. Now I like to add the reach here because it's gonna help with our hip, right? So the more that we reach, the more our hip has to compensate to find that balance. Good. Keep a strong neutral spine. We're not rounding our back here. And 3. Beautiful. From here, we're now going to be coming up into a knee hug. So what I want you to, this is focusing on 2 different things, balance and relative extension of the standing leg. So we're going to hug our right knee into chest, right? I want you to grip the floor with those feet. And what I want you to do is when I say let go, this knee is going to stay exactly where it is, but this left leg is the one that's really working, all right? So in 3, 2, let go, keep that knee up. 5, hold. 4, flex that left butt cheek. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna switch. You're gonna hug that left knee in now. When I say go, I want you to fire off that right butt cheek, grip the floor with that right foot. 3, 2, let go. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go back to our right leg. This time it's our last one. When I say let go, I actually want you to try to bring your knee up higher to your chin. So in 3, 2, and 1, squeeze it up. 5, higher. 4, higher. 3, 2, and 1. Last one here. Ooh. Squeeze. Now the gripping of the floor, that's what's gonna help create stability. So think about your toes really squeezing that floor. We let go in 3, 2, bring that knee up higher. 5, 4, feel that right butt cheek. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. All right, so now we're gonna go through our first circuit. We're only gonna do this twice, and this is gonna be kind of like a heftier warm-up. Definitely more of a strength-based set. So I'm just gonna show you the very first move. What we wanna do here, we kind of were in the similar position before with our 3D reaches. We're gonna go with our offset. Our toe's gonna be in line with that ankle again. We're gonna primarily focus on our left leg first. I'm gonna go through it first, so I want you to watch. You're gonna reach with your hands up to the ceiling, right? You're gonna squeeze your elbows back and down to really ignite that back. Then with that position, you're gonna draw your hips back to the best hinge, soft bend in your knee. You're gonna reach forward as you drop into a beautiful squat. Now, if your end range ends up here, that is perfectly fine. Go to your comfortable space. But if you can, work to your end range without letting that left heel pick up. Now, here's the key. When you come out of this, I want you simultaneously to pull your elbows by your ribs and to straighten out your left leg to get in a good morning position. Then we stand up nice and tall, all right? 45 seconds here, roughly about 3 reps. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Pull those elbows down. Get those shoulder blades back and down. Soft bend in knee, beautiful hinge. The deepest squat you can, reaching forward, chest is proud. Pull the elbows back. Row position, straight leg, stand up nice and tall. Reach to the ceiling again. Squeeze those lats. Hinge. Reach forward as we drop to the squat. Simultaneously row as you good morning. Stand up nice and tall. Nice, we got time for one more. Let's go, Y. And I want tension in this Y, not a lazy Y. Soft bend your knees, hinge. Reach forward as you squat. Pull as you good morning. And sit up nice and tall. Nice, shake it out. We're gonna do the same thing on the right side. Right foot down, left tippy toe in line with that ankle. We reach, squeeze for those elbows. Draw that hip back. Reach forward as we go to that deep, comfortable squat. Pull that row as we go for our good morning. And stand up nice and tall. Ys. We're not lazy Ys, right? I want you to really have some tension here, like you're pulling something down. Soft bend a knee, hinge. Reach forward. Simultaneously row, good morning. Stand up nice and tall. Good work. Coming down for that Y. And maybe on this third rep, you can get a little bit lower in that squat comfortably, right? We're getting a little bit more warmed up. Pull with that row. Stand up nice and tall. Good. Shake it out. So next move is going to be a Cossack squat. I want to show you this. We're going to do a split stance. You got 1 of 2 options. If you don't have the depth of a classic Cossack squat, what I want you to focus on is just lateral shifting, opening up those hips. All right? Otherwise, if you do have the range of motion, I want you to focus on, as you load the leg you're working, you're going to turn out about 25 degrees. You're going to get as low as you can go and externally rotate the opposite toe. You're going to come out of that position and do the same thing on the other leg. All right? We're here in 3, 2, 1. As you sit into the working leg with the Cossack squat, you're going to turn out that toe slightly. The opposite leg is going to externally rotate to the ceiling. You're sitting nice and low. Push away from that working leg, back to midline. Do the same thing on the other side. Again, if you don't have this, we're just laterally shifting back and forth. All right, creating space. That frog position that we used in our initial warm-up, that's where something like this comes in handy, a primer before this move. So trying to get as low as we can go. Chest staying up nice and proud. You guys got about 10 more seconds here. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs feeling a little awake now. We're gonna come down to the floor. We got that beast position. We've been practicing this beast hopefully all week, right? Knees are in that space between our hip line and belly button, palms under our shoulders. You're gonna dig your toes to the floor, lift your knees up. And we're gonna go limb lifts. Right arm up in 3, 2, right arm up, hold, 3, 2, 1, set. Left foot up, hold, 3, 2, 1, set. Left hand up, go, 3, 2, 1. Make sure that we don't wiggle, right leg up, 3, 2, 1. Let's spice it up. 2 pillars now, right hand, left leg, 3, 2, 1. Left arm, right leg, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep going with these 2 pillars. If If you need to make it easier, simply go back to those single lifts. Nice. Belly button into spine. 9 seconds left. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Transition quickly. Legs together. We're gonna go fingertips face away just because that's gonna mirror more or less our old school crab position. Shoulder blades back and down. We're gonna go reverse plank. You're here in 3, 2, and go. So with this position, if you're like, whoa, this is way too hard, you can walk your heels under your knees and really make sure that your glutes are in control here. We can go bent knee bridge, or challenge yourself. Hold yourself for 3 seconds, come back to bent knee. Make sure that we have no sloppy pelvises. Your chin is staying tucked, shoulders away from ears, pelvis is forward. I like to imagine a piece of yarn pulling my belly button all the way up to the ceiling. Breathe. You got 10 seconds. Again, don't stop. If things get hard, just modify. Go back to that bent knee. You got 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna run through this again. Hopefully we're getting a little bit warm now. So we're gonna start back with those Y's, hinge, squats. We got some time though, we got about 20 seconds. This is the last time we're gonna go through this. So you'll find that there's a lot of mobility that's kind of injected into this circuit, but there's also a lot of strength within those mobility movements. So don't be afraid to explore this one. This is the last time we go through it. And again, slower, the better. I'd rather see really slow and controlled movements than you trying to make this too quick, So right tippy toe in line with that left heel, reach to the ceiling in 3, 2, pull to that Y. Beautiful hinge. The deepest squat you can with that reach. Simultaneously row as you good morning, and stand up nice and tall. We reach, Y, hinge. Go at your own pace. If I'm going too fast, listen to your body. Hit every single mark. Good. Again, no lazy Ys. Actively pull those elbows down. Keep this going. We got time for, it looks like, one more. Squeeze for that Y. Beautiful hinge. Reach as we squat. Pull as we good morning. Stand up nice and tall and shake it out. Right leg, same thing coming up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull to that Y. That hinge. That squat. Row good morning combo and back up. Now, with this movement, a lot of people are going to emphasize keep your heels down, toes off the floor to make sure that you're drawing your hips back. But I actually want you to find full contact with the floor with your foot. I don't want those toes to be coming off either. I want you to grip the floor. Create that stability. There's a lot of work being done here, even if it's not super obvious. Or hell, if you're sweating and this is work, it's kind of why we're here, right? Last one. And shake it out. Going back to either the lateral shifts of the lunges or the Cossack squats. So I'm gonna challenge you, if you're able to do the Cossack, let's try to stay low in our transitions. So toes slightly turned out in 3, 2, 1. As we sit, nice, knee tracking over that toe, stay low. Good, chest up nice and tall the whole time. Definitely feeling my mobility here, but I'm also really focusing on finding strength within my end ranges. Like I'm in control here. I'm not losing control. I'm not losing my momentum. I'm keeping a steady pace, and I'm keeping my whole foot flat on the floor. Good. And again, if this is not where you are at, those lateral, you can even stay low the whole time, keeping full contact with the floor. Got 8 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down to the floor, back to that beast position. So if you can handle the 3 pillars, lifting one limb at a time, beautiful. This whole time, I'm gonna do 2 pillars, lifting opposite limbs. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Knees underneath that body between your hip line and belly button, shoulders over wrist. We lift opposite limbs, pausing for 3 seconds. Try not to rotate. We want to lift enough to slide a piece of paper underneath, not a phone book, right? We're in control. Think about transitioning body weight slowly from 4 limbs to 2 limbs. Creating that stability. Nice. Neck nice and neutral. Almost there, 10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We bring ourselves into that reverse plank. Shoulders back and down. Legs are straight out. Or start with that bent knee in 3, 2, and 1. Draw that pelvis forward, chin tucked, shoulders back. Belly button into spine. Good. No sloppy shoulders, no sloppy pelvis. Modify if you need to with that bent knee. Alternate one leg at a time if you need to. Challenge yourself. This is the last time we're going through the circuit. You should feel shoulders retracted. You should feel glutes on, belly button into spine, ribs down. I definitely feel my triceps. It's always a bonus. You got about 10 more seconds left. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're warmed up. Our core temperature has raised. We're gonna definitely work a little bit harder now on our next working circuit. All right, so the next move coming up, we're gonna be alternating this. You're gonna go into a deep side lunge. You're gonna add yourself up into that working leg. Then you're gonna step back to a curtsy. Do the same thing on the opposite leg. We're gonna be here for 1 full minute, all right? After that, we're gonna be moving on to our next move. This is gonna follow the same protocol, 4 moves. This one, we're working hard. Stepping that left leg first in 3, 2, 1. That side lunge, we come up, add ourselves to that working leg, curtsy. Right leg, same thing. So as you can see, our warm-up that we started with the frog position, our Cossack squats, our lateral shifting lunges, all that matters. Now we're working a little bit more dynamically, asking for a lot more stability. Making sure that those knees are tracking over these toes. Drawing our hips back with our hinge. Adding that reach if you have a hard time with that. More than halfway done, guys. Keep it up. Really focus on when you're going into that loaded leg, that hip is going behind us. The arms are reaching in front. Adding yourself up to that stand position by squeezing those inner thighs. Last one. Nice. Next move, we're gonna go lateral, hop to full burpee, or we can just go lateral step, all right, to modified burpee. We go off in 3, 2, 1. I'm doing lateral bound. Both legs drop to the floor, full burpee, or lateral hop. Both legs make contact. Jump back and down. So we want to load that glute as we explode to that single leg. When we land on that single leg, we're controlling that momentum and absorbing it, making sure we don't continually fall into that lateral aspect of that leg. 10 more seconds. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. All right, so next move is gonna be a side kick through. Hope you've been practicing these, but as a reminder, we go to that classic beast position, right? What we wanna do is that contralateral limb lift. So left leg under switch means that left leg is gonna stay closest to the floor. As I step on the gas, then the brake, heel comes down. I take that laser beam out of my left hip, and I dip my toe into that pool. That right arm is a high row. Go back to that beast, right leg under switch. So we're gonna take this first one slow. I'm gonna call out the cues. Just make sure that you remember whatever leg I cue, that's the leg that stays closest to the floor. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Left leg, side kick through. Right leg, side kick through. Making sure we're pointing those toes, dipping them into the pool. High row with those arms. Right leg side kick through. Take your time. Pause in between. Left leg side kick through. Good. Find your breath. Right leg side kick through. Left leg side kick through. Try to find a pause in those extensions. Right leg side kick through. Back to beast. Left leg side kick through. Very nice. 2 more, guys. Right leg side kick through. Last one. Left leg side kick through. All right. Definitely working up a sweat. Next move is going to be sprinter abs. All right, so the movement here, hands are going to go by your hips. As you pop up, we want to aggressively bring opposite limbs up at the same time. So kind of mimicking our stride as we run, or in this case, sprint. So when I say up, it's going to be right arm, left leg, or left arm, right leg. I'm going to go slow this first one. I want you to go at your own pace. Just make sure that your hands always return to the floor. If you need it to be a little bit easier, you can lean back and use the assistance with your arms to draw your knees up heavy towards your chest. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, sprinter abs, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. It's quick. You can pause at the bottom if you'd like, but as soon as you start working, it's an explosive movement. You got 9 seconds left, guys. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Popping it up. You got 30 seconds. So we're going to start from the top. I definitely want you guys at this point to go at your own pace. All right, I'm going to go at my pace. I want you to go at your own pace. So with the next move coming up, remember, it's our lateral lunge into our collected self on that opposite side, into that curtsy. So we're going to start in about 10 seconds. I'm going to start with my stepping into my left leg. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2. We go left leg, lateral lunge. Add yourself up, curtsy. Just remembering all the key points here. We want those hips to be drawn back as we land into those lunges. Those knees are tracking over the standing toe the whole time. All the work we did before this round is just going to make this movement a lot stronger. Count your reps at this point. You're about halfway there now. Drawing those arms forward to make sure that those hips are sitting back. About 10 more seconds left. You got 1 more. And shake it out. Next one, those lateral bounds to burpees, or lateral hops to modified burpee. We're gonna start, I'm gonna explode from my right leg, hop into my left leg. In 3, 2, 1. Using that arm swing to help generate that drive. Making sure that both feet pop to the floor to find balance in either the modified burpee or the full burpee. You guys got about 12 seconds left. Almost there. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Pop it up and rest. Those side kick throughs. At this point, I'm not going to call you out which direction I want you to go. Go at your own pace. I'm going to start with my left leg though. If you can keep up with me, try to do that. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Remember those key points? Dipping those toes into the pool. That high row with the opposite arm. If you need a pause and beast between, do it. Catch your breath. 15 seconds left. You guys got 3, 2, 1, and break. Next one is those sprinter abs. Now again, you can either use those arms to help you pop up, or my advanced, hands stay by those hips. You're here in 3, 2, and 1. So we're trying not to create momentum with those arms by going behind us. You got about 10 seconds left. Keep it up. You got 5, 4, 3, 2. We did it. Now, we got a finisher here coming up. So get ready here. We're gonna go, and they're movements we've kind of already done. We're just sort of either progressing them, or making them a little faster. So we're gonna go for 4 minutes. So we went 2 sets, 3 sets, now in just 4 minutes. We're gonna go speed racers, or speed skaters, sorry. 8 reps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, we count to 8. We're gonna come down to our loaded beast. Remember, chin tucked, you explode forward with our step outs. Hand is a high row, chest nice and proud. If you had a logo here, you're showing your logo. Back to loaded beast. We do 8 of those. We lean back, we go 8 Russian twists. But we're not counting 1, 2, right? It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, all right? 8 of everything, 4 minutes, as many rounds as you can get. So when you listen to your body, I want you guys to think, this is all I got left, 4 minutes. I wanna bring my A game. So speed skaters, 8 reps. Loaded beast step outs, 4 on each side. We go Russian twist, 8, 7. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you're loading those hips. After 8, you pop it down. You go to your loaded beast. Those aggressive step outs. Chest is nice and proud in those step outs. Chin stays tucked as we load the beast. Then we go right into our Russian twist. You can go legs elevated or legs down. Make sure with those Russian twists, those legs, the lower half is staying still. Repeat from the top once you finish. Keep it up. On that 8, we go right in that Russian twist. Two down, guys. Keep it up. 90 seconds down. Transition quickly between each exercise. No breaks. Woo! Those step outs are catching up. It's the halfway mark now, 2 minutes down. Make sure with those Russian twists, you're working to your capacity. I have a tendency to load my back a little wrong, so I want to keep my heels down to make sure I'm staying strong in my trunk. Explode forward with those step outs. Quickly replacing those hands with your feet. Keep it up. Almost home, guys. Guess what? Last 60 seconds, let's go. Dig deep. This is where it matters, guys. That mental toughness. Finish it strong. All right, guys, last 30 seconds. Let's go. Almost home. Last 20. Last 10, guys. 9, 8, 7. Keep it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. We really went up, huh? We started very easy, kind of worked our way up, get warmed up, and now we're reaping the benefits of hard work. We're gonna stretch. What I'd like you guys to start, we're gonna give some love to our backs. So I want you to hug your knees in the chest for a second, kind of rock front to back. I want you to gently bring your legs to the right, collapse them to the floor. Use your right hand to hug your left knee down. Your knees are staying about hip height. Your left arm is gonna open up to the left side, and your eyes are gonna follow. You're gonna hold for 4. Breathe into those ribs, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna go back to hugging those knees in the chest, and then same thing on the opposite side. Knees stay about hip height, left arm hugs both knees down, right arm opens up to the side. Eyes follow. Inhale, expand ribs, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it in line with giving some love to your back. We're gonna pop up. You're gonna bring yourself into a down dog. Push your sternum back to those heels, let your neck go heavy. You're gonna bend at those elbows, scoop your chest into an up dog. Push yourself into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths just like that. Expanding those ribs as we inhale, exhale, sink between those heels. And then I want you to kind of come up, lay on your chest. Bring your palms close to your ribs, shoulder blades back and down. Take an inhale, exhale, and cobra up. Soft bend in elbows, dig your toes to the floor. Push back like you're gonna down dog, but instead bend at the knees. Look forward, take a big hop, heel to hands, and drop into a deep primal squat. Push your elbows in front of your kneecaps, lengthen your spine. Sit here for a second. Drop your left arm, open up T-spine right. Drop your right arm, open up T-spine left. Both hands down, bring your butt to the ceiling, sway side to side. Let everything go heavy. Bend at those knees, cross your arms, take a big inhale up. Exhale down to midline. Give yourself some love. I'm extremely proud of you. Make sure that you guys are drinking that water. Make sure that you guys are eating right, sleeping well. If you need any help with any of this, check out the articles we have on deck. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Keep that momentum up.